Hi guys! So in today's video, we're going to be doing something super duper pretty. All my oils in here are melted. This is currently at 90 degrees. And then my lye solution is about 85, so they're within 10 degrees of each other, which is ideal. And it's a little bit warmer than I normally do, but I actually wanted to see if I could get it to be a little bit more fluid, a little bit longer by using it at a higher temperature. This is going to be a beautiful tropical vacay inspired soap. I thought going to the beach would be really nice, especially if you have like a beach themed bathroom or you just want to have that away at the island type of vibe. This is what we're going for. So let's get into it. So as always, we're going to add our kale and clay to the batter. I'm going to take my little trusty white spoon here and add about that much. That's probably the worst way to show you guys. This recipe makes 4 pounds of soap, so I used about a generous tablespoon of kale and clay. We're also going to be picking up some coconut milk powder. This one comes with a little scoopy, so I'm going to do 3 scoops of this. Generous scoops. I'm always generous. If I can be a little extra, I will be. Alright, so now that we have our kale and clay and our coconut milk in, I'm going to blend this up using my immersion blender. And you can mix this on high for about 30 seconds to a minute until you get fully emulsified and a nice, beautiful, consistent color. All right, that's beautiful. Before we move into this fiasco of excitement, I don't want to go too far and then not tell you what we're doing. So in my first container, we have our sandy color. This is 24 karat gold from Nature's Garden, as well as my yellow iron oxide and some light brown, just to help me get to a more sandy color, and I want this to be more muted. That's why I added the yellow iron oxide, which as you can see has like more of a mustard powdery color. Maybe if I direct this in here like that. It's more muted. It doesn't have any shimmer or anything in it, unlike the 24 karat gold mica. I know some people use Aztec gold mica, which is also a beautiful choice for a sandy color. So that's really pretty. In this container here, I have some ultramarine blue that I've dispersed in some warm water. This will help you avoid having any little pieces of blue flecks in the soap. I also have this shade. This is Aphrodite. This is from Mad Micas. This is Tahitian Teal from Mad Micas. And then I have this beautiful turquoise mica. So we're going to put all these together. I'm going to put a little bit of white into some of these just so we can mute out the colors to give you that kind of like ocean splash vibe. Before I do this, let me grab the fragrance so I can tell you guys about this one. I'm going to be using Mango Lime Martini from Nature's Garden. This is a beautiful fruity fresh vibe, which I think will go perfect with this vacation theme. And if you guys are noticing there's a secondary sticker on here, it's because I also use my fragrances for candles and making lotions and things like that. So I always write down the flash points on any bottles that don't have it already listed on the label, which Nature's Garden doesn't. So that's why those are their own little thing. And we're going to be using 2 ounces of fragrance. So now that we've introduced all the key players in today's game, let's get started. Before we add the lye, let's burp the blender. My prepared lye solution with the appropriate amount of sodium lactate. Sodium lactate just allows your bars to firm up faster so you can unmold them sooner. And it also helps you have a firmer bar. All right, let's blend it up. All right, that's beautifully emulsified. We're going to put our blender to the side and we're going to pick up our colors. I'm going to start with this one. Or do I want to go ahead and fragrance this first? Let me just go ahead and fragrance this first to make my life easier. So like I said, I'm going to be using 2 ounces of the Mango Lime Martini. I'm just going to blend this in and hope that this does not accelerate my batter, honey. We're living on the edge. So I'm going to pour in this color first. And I'm not going to fill this all the way up. Obviously, I don't want the beach to be the primary focus. And I have more plans. So for this shade here, I'm going to mix them up. See if we got to the nice sandy color I'm going for. Let's swap them out. Oh, that's pretty. It's a little deeper than I want it to be, so I'm going to go ahead and add a splash of titanium dioxide. And because I want this bar to have a little bit of texture, I'm going to put my full batter to the side. I'm going to be adding in colloidal oatmeal. This is a fine grind. Not too fine, but fine enough where you can get a little bit of texture, and you're going to see this in the final bar. So I'm going to add about between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. Give that a swirl. See that beautiful texture? You guys can see that starting. And before we add this to the mold, whenever you're using titanium dioxide, you definitely want to blend it for a few seconds with your emulsion blender. And because I'm going to put this on the bottom and I want it to be textured, I'm going to bring this to a thick medium, let's say a thick light to a medium trace. We're almost there. The color is a little bit more orangey than I want it to be, so I'm going to add a little bit more titanium dioxide, and be mindful whenever using titanium dioxide, it can accelerate trace a little bit. There we go. That looks a bit more sandy to me. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take my spatula here. I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm not going for like an exfoliating bar, but I do want to add texture. If you're not wanting to use the oatmeal, then you can absolutely go for like apricot kernel seeds or walnut seeds. Poppy seeds will give you some nice little flecks of black, which I'm actually tempted to do. But I'm going to skip it today. Alright, so there's my mold. And as you guys can see, he's a little thick. And that's exactly what I want, because I want to texture this to look like the waves are hitting the beach. I think that's the best way for you guys to see me too. Pour that in. Just a little bit. I'm going to save some of this because I'm going to use it for the top for a place to put all my embeds. And I'm just going to make sure we get that all into the corners. And I don't necessarily want this to be flat. I just kind of want to give me that, like, can you guys see that I'm doing like this little wave texture here? And that's really what I want. I want this to look like waves crashing on the beach. Before I do anything else, I want to tamp this down. So I'm going to let that sit to the side for a second. Now let's grab our other three containers, which are going to be our multiple shades of blue. And I'm going to divide this as evenly as I can. Uh-oh. The batter's getting a little thicky-picky. Hopefully we can... Oh, he's not too bad. He's not too bad. He can be safe. He can be safe. Okay. Pour it. Alright. So I'm going to add my ultramarine blue to the main pot. Swirl that around. I'm going to hit that with my blender in a second. Speaking of which, I'm going to clean this off really quick because I don't want to transfer that. Now that we remove the sand, let's move on to the other colors. We're going to start with lightest to darkest. Then I'm going to go into the next shade. And then scooch that over. And grab my Tahitian teal. Now compared to the other colors, this obviously looks more green, which I wanted that more of a seafoam color, so that's why I went with it. I want to put white in one of these. I think I'm going to go with the blue. Just hit that with a little bit of white. Just to lighten that up. right, all 4 of our blues are blended and ready to go. So now I'm going to stir this really good to make sure I don't have any unmixed colorant. And I'm going to pour that in, just like that. And I'm going to scrape these all the way out. Now for the next color. There's no rhyme or reason to the colors I'm pouring and when. It's just more of a, I wanted this to look really aquatic. And now I'm kind of wishing I did a white soap, but I didn't. But it's fine. I think we all have those moments creatively where we're like, you know what? This would have been so much better if I did this. While we're getting all these colors in here, what my inspiration for this is, in this current environment where we're all kind of like wishing we could go out of the house more and maybe feeling a little bit more enclosed than we would probably prefer, I thought bringing the ocean to my house was definitely something that I wanted to do. So that is why I made an ocean soap. I actually have some batter that wasn't incorporated, which I'm kind of happy about. So I'm hoping that that little bit of white will give me that little teensy weeny bitty itsy bitsy amount of sea foam that I wanted. Go back over here and grab our soap. It's already in the mold. And I'm going to just sort of smush it around just a little bit. And this is super duper set, guys. Like, he is a set monster. So, yeah. So I better start moving before the other one starts to set on me. Okay, let's go. Let's pour this in. And this is warming up on me too, so next time I use this fragrance, and I will be using it again because it smells amazing. So the next time I decide to use this fragrance, I'm definitely going to add the fragrance to the colors as I'm getting ready to use it. I might even do a drop swirl the next time. You never know with me. Alright, so this is going to be my leftover blue. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. My tan color, yes, I wanted this to be thick for the bottom, but he's getting a little too thick on me. But it's okay. We're going to make him work. We're still going to mount this up. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just sort of create a one-sided beach look for this soap, which I think will be really pretty. Just going to scrape this off, just like that. I definitely want to look like a beach meets the shore vibe for this particular soap, and you'll see why. And right now I just want to get this out of my container before he sets up even more on me. And then I'm going to texture this with a popsicle stick, I think. Because it's almost like Play-Doh consistency, so he'll be really moldable. He will bend to my will. Grab my popsicle stick, hold on. And then I'm going to drag this down to look like the ocean and the beach are meeting. Okay. This is where that white would have came in. Oh my god, the vision wasn't complete. This side in. So all of my little pretty embeds will have somewhere to go. Now we're getting somewhere. He's a little bit more moldable. He's bending to my will now. Okay. Let's put that popsicle stick down. And then I'm going to take a little itty bitty bit of this and I'm going to rub. So I definitely want this to have a beach, meeting the ocean type of vibe. So I'm just going to flip that up a little bit. That's better. Now to grab my embeds because this is hardening quickly. While I'm at it, let me show you what I do with my excess batter. I have these beautiful individual bar molds that I love to use for my extras. So I'm going to pour these right on in there. I always overfill this, but it's okay. I just do like that. And I've gotten really good at cleaning up my molds after I make a mess, so we don't have too many problems. I'm going to tap the excess, smooth it, push it that way. And that's what I do with the excess. I'm going to move this out of my way. I'm going to clean them up in a minute. So let's talk about the mold, the embeds. So I have this beautiful pink flamingo, some beautiful palm trees, and I have some seashells and some little sea critters. That's why I wanted this to look like the beach was coming to the shore. Ooh. I'm gonna grab my ruler in hopes that I can actually do this very well. So I have my little plastic ruler here, and I'm gonna put this up here as best as I can so I can sort of space my bars out, because I want a palm tree and a flamingo sort of chilling by the shore. But I want to make sure I get this in here really cute, because I kind of want my palm tree and stuff like that. Put my shells just like that. I'm just going to randomly put some stuff on here, so watch me bedazzle. Alright, that's all the embeds this bad boy can take. So I'm going to wipe them off to get any excess batter off the side. Stay up there. Look at those beautiful shells all up in your face. I'm going to hit this with some glitter just on the water side to kind of give you that ocean spray vibe. But first I'm going to spritz it with some rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to turn this to this side, and I'm going to spritz only on the ocean side. And there he is. Now you know what we do next. We're going to put this bad boy to bed. We're going to come back and give him a good chop in the morning. So after 18 to 24 hours, we will be back with Beach Day Soap.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are about to cut this beautiful soap with the single bar cutter. This is day at the beach. We got some palm trees, we got flamingos, whole bunch of shells in there, some seahorses, starfish. They look amazing. They are beautiful. Let's cut this baby. Look at that palm tree.